Today I want to talk about my own personal weight loss journey and my own lifestyle transformation, because I really feel when you hear the stories of the coaches and the PTs that you work with, you can really see that I've been through something extremely similar to what you're probably going through right now. Now, I've gone through a process. I lost about 32 kilos in the past. So let's put it this way. About 7 years or so ago, this is my situation, okay? I was a regular smoker. I would smoke, 20 to 30, rollies a day. I didn't like cigarettes. I was on the rollies. I would consume probably 3 to 4 sugar energy drinks per day, because I just did not, my brain chemical balance was well out of whack. So I needed those energy drinks and that sugar and that caffeine hit to just get by energy wise. I would get 3 to 4 migraines every single week. 3 to 4 migraines, not just headaches, migraines, which really sparked off this issue where I was forced onto blood pressure medication at the age of 22, 23 years old. My doctor told me, she said, look, I don't normally put people your age on blood pressure medication, but I have to. She had to put me on blood pressure medication. I was very unhappy, very stressed out in my job. I worked in child safety, I worked a government job. I was very unwell mentally. I was probably actually depressed, suicidal thoughts, very victim mentality. Why me? Why does my life suck? Why am I so unhappy? Why am I in a job that I just fucking hate? Why can't I be like, this other person that I know who's living the dream? Why have I got headaches all the time? Why am I so overweight? I was 106 kilos. I was actually heavier than that, but that was the last time I actually weighed myself when I was 106 kilos. As an example, right now I'm about 82, 83 kilos. So what happened was I was getting these migraines, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, I'm going to have to force you on blood pressure medication. Pretty much it woke me up to the fact that I didn't like where my life was going, not just physically, not just with headaches. I didn't like that I was a smoker. I didn't like that I was extremely unhappy, not just with my physical body. And in all essence, I wasn't super unhappy with my physical body. I was just unhappy with my life, with the job I had that I thought I had to stick with to earn money, with how I felt about myself as a person, how unhappy I was. I was just really unhappy and depressed and didn't know how to get out of it. So to top it all off, I got told I'm going to be on blood pressure medication for the rest of my life. And that was where I thought to myself, nah, fuck this. There's got to be something I can do here. This can't be the way to live. This isn't the way that I want to live the rest of my life. And then I start to make changes. Started with reading a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I read that book and it really changed my mindset. I read a book called sounds cheesy, but the Millionaire Fastlane, it was called. And I also read a book called the Primal Blueprint. So I read a nutrition book, I read a sort of a lifestyle-based book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, and I read a business book, The Millionaire Fastlane. And these books opened my eyes to what's achievable, what is real. It made me understand that, look, if you hate your job, you don't have to stay in it. There are other options. You don't have to work a 9-to-5 government secure job the rest of your life if you don't want to. It opened my eyes up to mindsets and ways of thinking that I had been doing, very negative ways of thinking that I had been thinking in, you know, very victim mentality, like, why does this always happen to me? Why am I stuck in this situation? I can't do anything, I'm stuck in this forever. You know, it helped me change my ways of thinking. And it also opened my eyes up to how the food that you eat and the fluids that you drink affect your, not just how you look in your body, but your mental well-being, which is huge, which is massive. I honestly think a large portion of depression, social anxiety is because of the chemical imbalances in our brain due to the foods that we eat. If you're not eating generally healthy, wholesome foods, that's going to affect the way you think. That's going to affect your mood. That's going to affect how you feel. So, sorry, this wind is making me cry. It's something in my eye. So I started making changes. And as I started making changes, very minimal changes to my nutrition from the primal blueprints, I was more of a paleo way of eating. I managed to quit smoking. That was one of the most difficult things I've ever done. But you can do it, you know. I took measures to handle my fitness as well, because I was very, very overweight, very, very unfit. I couldn't run for more than a minute on a treadmill, and I was jogging. I was plodding along on this treadmill, and I just couldn't. I had to stop. I was coughing my lungs up after a minute, but I was making baby steps. Every week, I would just go a little bit more. And I quit my job. I hated my job. I hated it. Without any other thoughts of how I was going to earn money, I quit my job. And as I started making these changes, as I started to realize I am in control of what I want, I can get the body that I want. I can work towards a life that is meaningful for me. I can feel good based on the foods that I eat and the exercise that I do. All of this stuff made me feel empowered. And what it also made me realize is that I wanted to share this with other people, because for a very long time, for most of my life in fact, I didn't believe that you could be in control of these things. I didn't believe that you could change your eating style. I didn't believe that you could quit smoking. I didn't believe that you could piss off a job that you didn't like, reduce your stress, get better sleep. I thought these things were, you know, somewhat or almost all out of your control. They're not. They're not. And the reason I tell you this is because I've been through it myself. I've been there, and that's why I've, you know, created the life that I want to lead to help others who were in a very similar situation to me. Very similar situation to me. I can relate, I've been there, and I know you can work your way out of that hole. So, pretty much the point of this video is to tell you, I know what it's like. I can understand, and I want you to know you can get out of it. So find a way. Find a way. Start simple. Use the fact that you are so unhappy with where you are right now as that driving force, and know that that's not, you don't have to be in that position for life. You can dig yourself out of it. I did it. You can too. You just gotta believe in it. You just gotta believe in it. Peace.